Hello everyone, it's me Sanjay Vasu back again for another video, and this time we're doing the Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 1 Core Specimen Paper. Let's get started. Question 1. Write 17,017 in figures. This is easy enough. You just go 17,017. Question 2.
Find the number of minutes from 17:58 to 7:13 p.m.
So first of all, let's find this in 12 hours. 17:58 is actually equal to 5:58 p.m. So 5:58 to 6:58 p.m. is 1 hour. And then 6:58 to 7:13 is 15 minutes. Therefore, the answer is 1 hour and 15 minutes. But we need to find the answer in minutes, which is equal to 75 minutes, which is 60 plus 15. So that's the answer. Let's move to question 3. The number of cars parked in a car park at 9 a.m. is recorded for 10 days. Complete the stem and leaf diagram, and here we need to just fill in the values. Notice here that they've given 10, 11, 12, 13. They're actually the hundreds and tenths digit of the numbers. First, let's find out the numbers which start with 1, 0. And in this list, there's only 107 like that, and therefore we write the number 7 here. And now, same thing for 1, 1s. Over here, there are 3 numbers. And we start with the smallest, so 114, then 116, then 118. So 4, 6, 8. Next we have the 120s. So there's 4 numbers, 120, 127, 124, 129. So we have to start from the smallest, so 120 is first, for 0, then 124, then 127, and then 129. So now let's go to the 130s. In those, there's only 2 values, 130 and 132. So we write 0 and 2. And that's it for the stem and leaf diagram. Question 4. Write 6, 7, 8, 9 correct to the nearest hundred. So let's see the hundreds digit. It is 7. And the next digit is an 8, which is greater than 5. And therefore, we round 6, 7, 8, 9 to the nearest hundred as 6,800, because the digit 8 is greater than 5. And we need to add 1 to the 7. And that's why the answer is 6,800. 4b. Write 6, 7, 8, 9 corrected 3 significant figures. This time we start on the left. So 1, 2, 3. 8 is the third significant figure. And then the number 9 is greater than 5. And therefore, we have 6, 7, 8, 9 to 3 SF, 3 significant figures, as 6, 7, 9, 0. This is greater than 5, so plus 1 here. And 6790 is the answer. Question 5. A cuboid measures 6 centimeters by 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters. On this 1 centimeter squared grid, draw a net of the cuboid. To make this question easier, I'm just going to draw the actual cuboid first. So we have a normal cuboid. I'm going to draw like this. And done. So this is just a normal drawing of a cube. So we have 6 centimeters right over here, and then we have 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters. This is pretty much the cuboid. So now what we have to do is to draw the net. Now let's draw a scale drawing of the net, which is, in this case, I'm going to draw it here. And now with this, and then we just draw 2 rectangles outside. And this is pretty much the drawing. Now let's write the values. 6 centimeters here, 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters, also 3 centimeters here on this side as well. And then there's 2 centimeters here, 3 centimeters here, and the 6 centimeters at the bottom as well. Here is also 2 centimeters. And that's pretty much the full scale drawing, and now we just have to draw it perfectly on this grid. Let's draw the top rectangle first. That is 3 centimeters by 6 centimeters. We shall do it over here. So 3, 6, another 3, and another 6. Here it is, the first rectangle. And then we draw the second one, which is 2 by 6. So let's extend this and bring it down. And then we draw the third one, which is 3 by 6, somewhat like this. And the final one, which is again 2 by 6. So here we are. But this is not the completed one yet, because there is, of course, this one at the edge and the other one as well. They both are 3 centimeters by 2 centimeters, and we should draw it like this. Alright, and now the same thing on the other side. Perfect. Let's just label everything. So we have 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters. There's also 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters, and then 6 over here and 2 centimeters here. That's pretty much it we need to label. And now we can finally go on to the next question. Question 6. A. Write down the order of rotational symmetry of this shape. In this case, it's a regular hexagon, but then with these shaded parts at 3 of the edges. And that makes it, instead of 6 rotational symmetry, it makes it as 3, because only 3 of them are there in this regular hexagon. Order of rotational symmetry is 3. B. Draw all the lines of symmetry on the shape. This one is quite obvious. Again, there are only 3 because of these shapes there, the triangles. And I'm going to draw it like that. Number 1, number 2, and number 3 right there. Notice that each of the lines of symmetry just cross through and divide the triangles into equal halves. Now let's go to question 7. Write down a fraction which is equivalent to 3 by 5. This is quite easy enough. Let's just multiply the numerator and denominator by 2. So 3 by 5 multiplied by 2 on both sides, that's 6 by 10. And that's the answer. B. Write down the reciprocal of 7. The reciprocal is something you need to multiply so that you get the answer as 1. So 7x equals 1, and then x is equal to 1 by 7. So the answer is 1 by 7. Question 8. A cube has volume of 1000 centimeters cubed. Calculate the surface area of the cube. So the volume is actually equal to the side cubed. And 1000 equals side cubed. So the side is equal to the cube root of 1000, which is equal to 10 centimeters. And the surface area, I'm going to write as SA, is equal to 6 times the side squared. And so SA is equal to 6 times 10 squared, which is equal to 6 into 100, which is equal to 600 centimeters squared. That's the surface area of this cube. Let's move to question 9. Dan either walks or cycles to school. The probability that he cycles to school is 1 by 5. write down the probability that Dan walks to school. So that is actually just 1 minus 1 by 5, which is equal to 4 by 5. And that's the answer. B, there are 200 days in a school year. Work out the expected number of days that Dan cycles to school in a school year. So the answer is actually just multiply the probability by the number of days. So that is 1 by 5 multiplied by 200, which is equal to 40 days that Dan cycles to school. So the answer is 40. Let's move on to question 10.
Question 10. Using a ruler and pair of compasses only, construct a triangle with sides 5 centimeters, 8 centimeters, and 10 centimeters. Leave in your construction arcs. So first of all, you can draw any one of the 3 sides as the base. I'm not going to be using the exact measurements. I'm just going to show you how to do it, by the way. So draw one of the 3 sides as the base. I'm going to draw 10 centimeters as the base. So let's say 10 centimeters, and let's just mark the points as A and B. Now we can take our compass and measure 5 centimeters. Bring the compass needle distance from the pencil 5 centimeters, and then draw an arc, which should look something like this. If you draw from point A, it'll look like this. If you draw from point B, it will be here. So the needle should be on point A, and draw an arc with your compass at 5 centimeters. Next, make the compass length 8 centimeters by using your ruler and measuring. And then place your compass needle at B, and now draw an arc, another one here. And let's say that's the arc for 8 centimeters. Now the intersection point of the 2 arcs is the point C, which is the 3rd point of the triangle. Now you can connect the dots. And we can label this side as 5 centimeters and 8 centimeters. This is our answer. Let's go to question 11.
Here is a list of numbers. Put a ring around the number with the largest value. So first, we need to convert all of these 5 values into the same type, which means either fraction or decimal or percents. Let's convert all of them into decimals, so it is very easy. First of all, we have 0.3030. You can just take out the final 0, 0.303. And then 1 by 3 is a recurring decimal, which is 0.3333. It just goes on. 0.0330, just remove the last 0, 0.033. 3 by 10 is a terminating decimal, which is 0.3. And 33% is 33 by 100, which is 0.33. In this, the largest cannot be this because it has a 0 at the front, so get rid of that. And then it cannot be this because it has a 0 at the second digit over here, so get rid of that as well. It cannot be this, it's smaller than this, so get rid of these 3. Now the last 2 remaining are the recurring decimal and 0.33. And more recurring 3's means the number is larger than just 2 3's. And therefore, the answer is 1 by 3. Question 12. Complete these statements. A, 6 meters is the same length as dash millimeters. So 6 meters is equal to 6 into 100, which is 600 centimeters, which is equal to 600 into 10, 6,000 millimeters. 6,000. 7,000 centimeters squared is the same area as dash meters squared. So we have to do 7,000 divided by 100. Not yet, because notice the unit is centimeters squared and meters squared. So we have to divide again by 100. So that's equal to 0.7 meters squared if you calculate it properly. And the answer is 0.7. Let's move to question 13. ABCDE is a pentagon. Explain why the diagram shows that the sum of the interior angles of a pentagon is 540 degrees. Do not measure any angles. First of all, we need to notice that there are 2 dotted lines over here. Why have they actually made 2 extra lines in this pentagon? It is actually to prove this statement. Because the sum of the interior angles in a triangle is 180 degrees, and there are 3 triangles inside the pentagon. The sum of the interior angles of a pentagon is 180 multiplied by 3, which is equal to 540. So we'll write that down. There are 3 triangles in the pentagon. Each one's interior angles add up to 180 degrees. So the pentagon's interior angles add up to 180 into 3, which is equal to 540 degrees. I think I could write this slightly shorter, but this is just elaborating it so it's clear. Question 14. Simplify x cubed multiplied by y to the power 4 multiplied by x to the power 5 multiplied by y cubed. So let's separate the x's and y's now. X to the power 3 into x to the power 5 into y to the power 4 into y to the power 3. So we add the powers. So then x to the power of 8 into y to the power of 7. You can write that as x to the power 8, y to the power 7. Why are we adding the powers together to get this? It's because of a power rule. When we multiply two numbers, which are the same but different powers, add up the powers and we get the answer. Question 15. Write 2020 in standard form. We need to make the number n. It should be greater than 1.
And then less than or equal to 10.
So in this case, we can make it as 2.02 by dividing it by 1,000. In this case, 1,000 is 10 to the power of 3. And therefore, multiplying this by 10 to the power of 3 gives us 2020. And so this is the answer. 2.02 into 10 to the power of 3. Question 16. Kim knows that one angle of an isosceles triangle is 48 degrees. He says that one of the other angles must be 66 degrees. Explain why Kim is wrong. So let's just draw one scale isosceles triangle. And in that, these two sides are the same length. And these two angles are the same number of degrees. So let's say that the top angle is 48 degrees. Then this will be 180 minus 48 by 2 for each of the other two angles, which is equal to 132 by 2, which is equal to 66 degrees. So these two will be 66. Oh, that means that he's correct, right? No, he isn't. It doesn't necessarily have to be the top angle that has to be 48 degrees. It could be that these two angles are 48 degrees. So it's 180 minus 48, which is equal to 180 minus 96. That's equal to 84 degrees, which is not equal to 66. Therefore, Kim is wrong. So Kim is wrong because the two equal angles of the triangle could be 48 degrees each. Then the third angle is 84 degrees, not 66 degrees. That's the answer. Question 17. Explain why root 3 is irrational. If root 3 is calculated, it will be a decimal which never ends but does not have a repeating pattern. And if only it ends or has a repeating pattern, it is rational. If it has a repeating pattern, at least it can be written in a fraction. But then root 3 cannot be written as a fraction. Question 18. The mass m kilograms of a horse is 429 kilograms. Correct to the nearest kilogram. Complete the statement about the value of m. So that means that the m value can be 428.5. So less than or equal to m less than 429.5. Why is it not less than or equal to? Because it cannot be 429.5. If it is, then it will round up to 430. And therefore the two values here are 428.5 and 429.5. Question 19. Rearrange the formula phi w minus 3y plus 7 equals 0 to make w the subject. This is simple enough. Phi w minus 3y plus 7 equals 0. Phi w minus 3y equals 0 minus 7, which is equal to minus 7. Phi w equals minus 7 plus 3y, which is equal to 3y minus 7. And w is equal to 3y minus 7 by 5. So this is the formula with w as the subject. 3y minus 7 by 5. Question 20. Use set notation to describe the shaded regions in each Venn diagram. A, or the answer is the same as the question. A. Because the shaded part is the set A. So just A. And now for B, the shaded part is the set A and B, including the intersection and the non-intersecting parts. And that is called union. And therefore, we can write this as A union B. Union has the symbol of U. Question 21. The radius of a sphere is 5.2 centimeters. Work out the surface area of the sphere. The surface area A of a sphere with radius r is actually 4 pi r squared. So surface area A equals 4 pi r squared, where now we can substitute in 5.2 for r, so 4 pi into 5.2 squared. And now we shall use our calculator. Here we are, 5.2 squared, which is equal to 4 pi into 27.04. So let's multiply this by 4, which is equal to 108.16 pi. And now let's multiply by pi, which is equal to 339.79 centimeters squared to 2 decimal places. Let's write down the answer. Let's move on to the next question, 22. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Find the value of PQ, the length of this line. First, we need to find scale factor, which is how much larger is this triangle than this triangle. So scale factor equals 21.7 divided by 12.4, and now we can use a calculator. 21.7 divided by 12.4 is equal to 1.75. So that's the scale factor. And then 5.2 multiplied by 1.75 is equal to PQ. And PQ is equal to 5.2 into 1.75. Let's do that on the calculator, which is equal to 9.1 centimeters. That's the answer. Let's write it down. Now let's move on to question 23. The infinite set, or the universal set, is children who go to the park. Set T is children who play tennis. Set G is children who play golf. 120 children go to the park. 50 play tennis, 75 play golf, and 25 play neither of them. Complete the Venn diagram is part A. First, we have a definite value, which is 25 play neither tennis or golf. So let's just write that down here, 25. Now we need to find out these three values. So first, we have 50 play tennis and 75 play golf. 25 do not play either. So 50 plus 75 plus 25 is equal to 150. But then we are supposed to get the answer as 120, which means that some of the people who play tennis or golf actually played both tennis and golf. So there are two categories, tennis and golf. And then the difference, 150 minus 120, is equal to 30. So there are 30 extra people who play both tennis and golf. That's right there. And now we just subtract 30 from each of these. 50 minus 30 equals 20 inside T. And then 75 minus 30 is equal to 45 inside G. So let's just write these values down. And now we finish the Venn diagram. Part B, find number of T intersection G. So we need to find the number of children who played both tennis and golf. T intersection G. And the intersection's right here, and the number is 30. Therefore, the answer is 30. Question 24a, factorize completely 18x minus 24. 18x and 24, the HCF is 6. And therefore, we can divide both by 6 and then take 6 out. 6 into 3x minus 4. That's the answer. Part B, simplify w to the power of 5, the whole to the power of 4. So that's equal to w to the power of 5 into 4, which is equal to w to the power of 20. So that's the answer. Question 25. Without using your calculator, work out 1 7 by 12 plus 13 by 20. You must show all your working and give your answer as a mixed number in its simplest form. So first, let's make both of them as improper fractions. So 1 7 by 12 is equal to 1 into 12, 12 plus 7, 19 by 12. And then plus 13 by 20, which is already in a proper fraction. So 19 by 12, we can multiply both of them by 5 to get 95 by 60. And then 13 by 20, multiply both sides by 3, is equal to 39 by 60. Now we've got both denominators are the same. So 95 by 60 plus 39 by 60 is equal to 95 plus 39 by 60, which is equal to, now let's add them up, 95 plus 39 is equal to 134 by 60, which is equal to 2, 14 by 60, which is equal to 2, 7 by 30. That's the answer. 2, 7 by 30. Question 26. By rounding each number correct to one significant figure, estimate the value of square root 90,006 divided by 10.01 squared. So first, let's round each number correct to one significant figure. 90,006 correct to one significant figure is equal to 90,000. And 10.01 correct to one significant figure is 10. So 90,000 by 10 squared the whole square root is equal to 90,000 by 100, the whole square root, which is equal to 900 square root, which is equal to plus or minus 30. Remember, it is a square root, so it can be either positive or negative, which is why I'm placing it as plus or minus. Remember, this is not the exact value. We have just rounded these numbers and then done the sum. Question 27, the nth term of a sequence is n cubed minus 5. Write down the first three terms of the sequence. We just need to substitute n equals 1, 2, and 3 into the sequence. So n equals 1, 2, and 3. N is 1, n cubed is also equal to 1, and then 1 minus 5 is negative 4. And now n equals 2, n cubed is equal to 8. 8 minus 5 is 3. N is equal to 3, n cubed equals 27. 27 minus 5 is equal to 22. So these are the first three terms. Negative 4, 3, 22. B, here's a sequence of numbers. Find an expression for the nth term of the sequence. So first we find the common difference. 3 and then plus 3 is 6. And then plus 5 is 11. Plus 7 is 18. Plus 9 is 27. And then out of these, 3, 5, 7, 9. We just have to plus 2 for each of these. Because there are two layers, one is the first common difference, and then the second one, I hope you'll understand this, the common difference of the common differences. So there are two layers, and therefore the expression starts with n squared. So n squared, that's equal to 1, then 4, then 9, and then we have 16, 25, and then the sequence has 3, 6, 11, 18, 27, and it goes on. So we need to add 2 for each of these from n squared to the sequence, and therefore sequence, the nth term, is equal to n squared plus 2. That's the answer. Substitute any value of n, and then you'll get these values. So substitute value of n as 1, you'll get the answer 3. Substitute value of n as 2, you'll get the answer 6, and so on. Question 28. OAB is a sector of a circle with radius 9 centimeters and center O. The angle O is 30 degrees. Calculate the area of this sector. Give your answer in terms of pi. So the area of sector is equal to x by 360. X is the angle at the center, which is equal to 30 degrees. And then multiplied by the area of a circle, which is pi r squared. We've done that now. And now all we have to do is substitute the values, which is equal to 30 by 360 multiplied by pi into 9 squared, which is equal to 1 by 12 into 81 pi. Now let's get our calculator out. 1 by 12 into 81, which is equal to 81 divided by 12, 6.75. So the answer is 6.75 pi. They have asked us to write the answer in terms of pi, as written here, and therefore we leave it like this. So now let's close the calculator and write our final answer. 6.75 pi centimeters squared.
And with that, I come to the end of my video. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video with your friends and family, and comment on how you think this video was. With that, it's me, Sanjay Vasu, signing out. Thank you. Bye.